Okay, for your practical, you'll be doing a chicken breast with broccoli, and then you're going to do a cut on your carrots. The carrot will be an oblique. You have the choice of doing an oblique cut, a julienne, or a bâtonnet. You will also need the following pieces of equipment. You'll need a pot with water. You're going to need a saute pan. You're going to need a pie pan with a plastic bag. You're also going to need some tongs. You're going to need your peeler, a chef's knife, and a rubber spatula. You also need some olive oil, cracked black pepper, and salt, and shallots. First thing you're going to need to do is get a bag, a Ziploc bag with ice. You're going to get your chicken, place it into the pie pan, and keep it iced down. The next thing you're going to do is get some water in a pot, add some salt to it. It should taste like the sea. After that, you need to go ahead and get your water on. Get it onto a rapid boil. Make sure you get that rapid boil going. Okay, the next thing you do after you've got your pot going, then you're going to go ahead and get your chicken. And then you want to make sure you wear gloves when you do this. You'll be using an 8-ounce chicken breast. Make sure that you use your salt and pepper only for the chicken and not your veggies, especially if you're going to touch the chicken at all. So I'm going to go ahead and season it with salt and black pepper. You can do both sides or you can do one side, your call. I'm just going to do one side. Next thing you're going to do is get your pan, turn it on to medium-high. Okay, once it gets hot, you're going to get your chicken here. You have it here. You're going to add a little olive oil, and then you're going to sear that chicken. Okay, so make sure it's nice and hot. Get your chicken. And you should start to sear it. You're going to put this pan directly into the oven, okay? You're going to get a nice little sear. Then you're going to create a nice, beautiful flavor from that salt and pepper. If you want to put garlic, again, this is going to be whatever you want to do for flavor. I'm just doing it simplified as possible. Okay, once you got a nice little sear, you're going to turn it around. And that's what you're looking for, a nice little sear. Give it another sear on the other side, then you're going to go directly into the oven. And it should take anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes in the oven. You're going to have to check at the internal temperature of it with your probe thermometer. Okay, then you're going to go ahead and put it in the oven. Again, for anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes. It might be longer, a little bit longer, but roughly around 10 minutes. Okay, the cuts you'll be doing are, with the shallot, you're going to be doing a brunoise. You're going to mince the garlic, and then on the carrots you have a choice of the oblique or the roll cut. It's called the oblique or the roll, or you can do the bâtonnet or the julienne. Any one of those cuts. I'm going to do the oblique for the plate presentation, but I'm going to go ahead and do all three cuts for you. I also have a bowl here to get any of the leftover peels or any leftover of the shallots or garlic. So have a bowl so you can get all your dirties in there. Okay, so proper way to peel a carrot, rotate it. That's one way. Again, keep your area nice and clean. So sit that into your bowl. And the other way you can do the carrot is you can just go up, down, just like this. Then you're going to remove the skin off of this. And then with the garlic, you're going to, any way you want to take out the peel, this is an easy way. You just kind of get your garlic and hit a little smack there, and then it should come right off. Just like that. And then cut off the little end. And you have that all set. Okay, the first cut I'm going to show you is what we call the oblique. So basically it's called the roll or oblique cut. So basically I'm going to cut it at an angle. I'm going to roll. Okay, roll it. The other way you can do it is kind of roll back and forth. Back and forth would be the other way. So you can go back and forth, or you could just continuously roll it. Just like that. That's called the oblique or the roll cut. And you can see how they look. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and do the bâtonnet, which is basically 1.5 to 2 inches in length. Then you will cut the ends, square it off. And this is your bâtonnet. Then you have your julienne. Again, roughly about 1.5 to 2 inches in length. Nice and thin. There's your Then the shallot is an 1/8 inch cut. So what you'll do is, just like an onion, nice and thin, don't go all the way, and then you're going to go this way. And you got your shallot. Then your garlic is going to be basically minced. Okay, so how you want to do that, you can smash it if you want, and then just kind of mince it up. Minced or chopped, nice and fine. So you can just kind of use your knife. And you have your garlic. And then finally, your spear. So basically you want to make the broccoli into a spear. By then your water should come to a rolling boil. The next step is to get get some ice, put some water in it so you can shock your vegetables. Next step, go ahead and remove your chicken out of the oven. Right there, and remove it. Okay, the next step is make sure that you clean your tongs after you use them if you're using the raw chicken. So these have already been cleaned. You're going to get your chicken breast, place it in a pie pan, cover it while your vegetables are working. You're going to get your leftover juice, and you're going to add it into your stock that you'll be supplied with. Just add that in. This is going to incorporate flavor. And if you want to clean it, you can. Otherwise, for the most part, you're going to add a little oil to this, and you're going to do your shallots. But before we do that, we're going to get our vegetables done. Okay, after about 2 minutes, I'll go ahead and add the bâtonnet. These will only take like a minute. And then finally, I'll add the julienne. Okay, and finally you are done. So you may use a spider. Use a spider to remove everything. Ice it down, shock it. Just make sure it's nicely shocked. Turn off your water. Reserve your water because you're going to reheat again. So do not toss out your water. You want to get this shocked. Okay, next thing you're going to do is you're going to add a little olive oil to your pan. Just a slight amount. Then you're going to add your shallots. We're going to do what we call a method. It's called monter au beurre. And what it means is to mount the butter. So the whole idea of this is not to have the butter break. So if you're going to use a Teflon pan, it's probably a good idea to use the rubber spatula. So I'm just going to sweat these. Remember, do not burn them. Then I'm going to add the garlic. There's your garlic. Once you start to smell that garlic cooking, then the next step is to add your stock. So I'm going to add the stock to it. And then we're going to reduce it by half. So at this point you want to turn your flame up. And again, you may have to adjust with salt and pepper. This will be where your culinary talents come in. Begin adding in your vegetables, okay? So again, I'm going to use the oblique. And of course you got to use the broccoli, so I'm going to reheat these. So you want to kind of get this all done at once. Add it into your water. Again, all you're really doing is just reheating. So Get that in, and then we're going to go ahead and add this into, we can add it into a bowl. Okay, this is now reduced. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold in the butter. So I'm going to turn it off. And then you're going to add your butter in slowly. Just like this. This will actually, remember, it cannot be boiling, so you want to get a nice good butter sauce out of this. And then you may have a little extra butter that you may want to use. You can use that for your vegetables. You could add some herbs to this if you want. So we have this nice sauce. Again, you might have to adjust with salt and pepper. And that's about where we're going to end it, okay? While that's happening, and remove it from the stove. Make sure that pilot light doesn't, this one doesn't have a pilot light. I'm going to adjust with salt and pepper. And this will hold. Okay, I'm going to get my broccoli out and my oblique. Remember, you can salt pepper that as well. Get it with a little butter and or olive oil, whichever you choose, one or both. With salt and pepper. Toss it, or you can use your tongs just to get that flavor. Then we're going to plate it up. Okay, so you're going to get your chicken, place it on your board. You can use the leftover sauce. As you see, it's holding together, it's not separating. That's what you want, okay? Then again, plate up is going to be your preference how you do it. I'm going to go ahead and slice mine. Place it on the plate. Shingle it. You're going to get your broccoli. And then we have our carrots. So you can do any kind of plate presentation you want. Again, if you do like the julienne or any of those, you can use those as well. And finally, you're going to place the sauce on the chicken. Again, you can use herbs. Thyme is good, basil is good. And here you go. This is for your practical